And there you go, guys. I told you that I would find this guy, and here he is. Based Austin Dunham. I told you guys I would find him. So here he is. Yeah. His videos are far, far worse than I thought they would be.
Emojis men should never use when texting a woman. 3 emojis.
Alright, so I told you guys I would find that video of the guy who said some crazy stuff, and I found him. And he has a lot of crazy videos. He has like some good videos in there and some good messages in there. And that's the deception with these guys. And I'll show you examples later on, but let's begin.
Men should never use when texting a woman. Number 1, anything with a monkey face. This looks massively immature and feminine.
By the way, that's stupid. There are plenty of context you could use emojis. The only thing I heard about emojis from some women is that they don't want a guy who may use a lot of emojis all the time, not never use any of them, but just a lot of them. Again, the monkey emoji is just you being silly. So you're telling me if you're telling a silly joke or if you're being silly, you can't use it ever? That's a stretch. This man just say X score. You just say X score.
This looks massively immature and feminine. X score 9 out of 10.
Wow, X score. Okay, this is stupid. This is alright.
Texting a woman.
Starting to rile me up.
This looks massively immature and feminine. X score 9 out of 10. Number 2,
sure.
Red hearts. If you are gonna use a heart, only use the black one. Number 3,
what
emoji that.
What does that matter? What does that matter? Are you serious? By the way, I've used different types of hearts for different situations, and it doesn't matter. What? You this is crazy. This is crazy.
Massively immature and feminine. X score 9 out of 10. Number 2, red hearts. If you are going to use a heart, only use the black one. Number 3, any emoji that shows too much excitement, emotional vulnerability,
what?
or romantic interest. The big smiley face, sad face, kissing emoji.
Are you kidding me, dog? Are you? So if your dog died and you decide to use a sad face, that's just, the girl's just gonna be turned off? Are you kidding me? If your sister dies, if you potentially get drugged at a party and like you now have to spend time in a hospital, if you get hit by a car, this is so dumb. This is not how the world works. Sending a kiss emoji, if the girl likes you and you're saying good night to her and you send a kiss emoji, she will not be turned off. These are stupid. These are things you do when the girl doesn't like you and you keep persisting to try and act cool, to try and force her perspective of you to change when it's not going to. If a girl doesn't like you, she doesn't like you. These things are dumb and stupid. Okay? The only advice I'll give with emojis is, I guess, don't use too many, but again, it might not be for every woman. So dumb, man.
One. Number 3, any emoji that shows too much excitement, emotional vulnerability, or romantic interest. The big smiley face, sad face, kissing emoji, eggplant are all perfect examples.
You can't use eggplant. That's cap. That is cap, dude.
Once you stop using these emojis, you're going to notice that women are going to start respecting you more. So try it out.
Yes, because a woman is just going to all of a sudden respect me because I don't use the eggplant emoji. Not that you have a job she doesn't respect, not that you do things she doesn't respect, not that you are a playboy who sleeps with all the women. No. Those things don't matter. Your emojis matter. Alright, this is gonna be stupid.
You need to enhance height, lifts, shoes with.
Oh my days, bro.
On average, 2 to 3 inches taller than what I normally am. Doesn't matter.
Like, can I just say something? Men love to say that women use makeup and all these tricks to try and hide their body and to try and hide how they actually look like. And we touched on this in the last video with the woman who took off her makeup. Because again, she would hear a lot of men, I'm assuming, she would hear a lot of men say, oh, women needs to stop wearing makeup so much, right? And I'll show with future videos as well, and I'll be consistent on that. But men complain a lot about deception from women, and then they'll tell stories about, oh, we got to the bed and then she took her wig off, or she took her makeup off when we woke up in the morning, or blah blah blah, and I slept with a goblin. But here's a man telling other men, and he will do this often to deceive women. Yet these men will be the first one to say that women are liars and that they shouldn't put on makeup. Yet they are so insecure. Look at how handsome this dude looks, and he is telling other men that he's so insecure about his height that he puts on heels. Basically, that's what he's saying. And he's telling other men to do the same. This man is taller than me. Even with his natural height, I'm pretty sure he's taller than I am. And I would never do this. And you guys keep targeting the wrong types of women. There are women out there who do not care. There are tall women who would date shorter guys. These things exist. If you keep shopping in the same market, why are you surprised that you keep getting rotten fish? Like, seriously, come on, guys. Explore. Stop looking at the same woman all the time. IG models, OnlyFans models. That's all you look at. And then you'll cry, oh, your body count, your body count. But you're going for the woman with the higher body counts.
Attention you're gonna get. So you need to enhance.
This is sick, man.
Lifts.
Body dysmorphia.
Every time
Orange peanut said it.
I'm on average 2 to 3 inches taller than what I normally am. Doesn't matter where I'm going, especially if I'm going to be in an environment to where I know girls are going to be around. I'm always presenting.
That's so insecure. That's the same thing when women say, oh, I gotta put on makeup and put on my push-up bra and put on the tightest skirt possible to really show off because I'm gonna be in an environment with a lot of handsome men. And then men will cuss them out for doing that and say you're deceiving me. What is going on, lads? What is this hypocritical nonsense?
Even if
okay, you're not okay. Hear this.
Inches taller than what I normally am. Doesn't matter where I'm going, especially if I'm going to be in an environment to where I know girls are going to be around. I'm always presenting myself in the best way possible, even if it's a little bit enhanced.
Okay, that's not a little bit enhanced. Women, those who care about height, the inches matter, okay? So that's not a little bit. 2-3 inches is not a little bit. If you take those things off when you're about to do it with her, I'm pretty sure some of them would have been pretty shocked, but they did it anyway because you look handsome anyway. If there was a very skinny, ugly guy who did that, she probably would be turned off immediately. Or like an ugly or fat guy, like a below average, a low 5, right? Like we're talking about below 5 here. So like, again, lads, this is not gonna work for y'all. It's not going to, okay? Like, you need to naturally enhance yourself. Don't do anything artificial. The same way you will scream at girls for artificial nonsense, you should do the same. How can y'all scream at a girl for a girl having bigger boobs or a bigger butt because she puts silicone and all types of nonsense in there, right? But then you clearly show, if there was an option, and we've seen that with those guys who break their bones to become taller, if there was an option for you to be taller in a safer way, you would take it. By doing this, you're saying you would take it. Which means you artificially enhance your body. Like, and this is not the best way to present yourself at all. Please, it is not. The best way to present yourself is to naturally enhance yourself. That is how your best foot forward. That's how you do it, okay? That is how you actually do it. So if you are overweight, natural way to enhance it, to lose the weight. If you're skinny, natural way to enhance it, build up muscle. In either scenario is build up muscle. If your face has all types of pimples, change your diet. Yes, genetically other people can eat garbage and still have great faces. Some of us cannot. Change your diet. Again, it's all about how much you're willing to put into this. This is just lazy nonsense. Work on the other things that matter, that are going to take time, sometimes years to achieve. But the rewards will always be there and they will be consistent, and stop going for the women that care about this shallow nonsense. Yeah. Like, sure, height can be a big thing, whatever. But to go for the types of women that will never get, like, never give you any form of a chance at all unless you put heels on, like, come on, man. Come on. You're wasting your time. And you're also not looking to be with that girl for the long term, because when she realizes you lied to her about your actual height, she would just have sex with you and then move on because you're not as tall as she thought you were. So what was the point? Just sex? That's it? And this guy talks about, man, we'll get there.
especially if you're under 5'10".
Wow. If you're under 5'10", you need to put heels on.
Signs that your girlfriend really doesn't like you. Number 1, if she doesn't lean into you when you're taking pictures. This is called.
By the way, I don't care what it's called. So she's supposed to do that all the time? What if she's taller than you? You just showed an image.
Signs that your girlfriend really doesn't like you. Number 1, if she doesn't lean into you when you're taking pictures.
That's stupid.
Line test.
But again, what if she's taller than you? But y'all aren't gonna think of those scenarios, are you? Because you're so insecure that you're putting heels on to make sure that never happens. What if she just, like, I don't know, she got a bad back? What if she just doesn't care about this stuff, dude? Like, what are we saying, man? It's one thing to say if she never leans into you ever and she never cuddles with you, whatever. But to say to lean on you in pictures, is she supposed to lean into you every time? Or is it only a couple of times? What are we saying here, man? Like, what?
Women who are highly attracted to their partners and in their feminine state will almost always lean into you for post pictures.
No. And I'm noticing this guy is showing pictures of celebrities in bad relationships or who are divorced. No, bro. No. If a woman likes you, she doesn't have to lean into you all the time, dude. Some women, just by you being in their pictures and you being publicly known by their friends and family, that's to them is meaningful. Okay? Women are not some hegemony. They are different people. They're not a hive mind.
You when you're taking pictures. This is called the green line test. Women who are highly attracted to their partners and in their feminine state will almost always lean into you for post pictures. If she constantly stands straight or is tilted away from you, she ain't feeling you like that. Number 2.
What a load of nonsense. This is starting to piss me off. This is starting, man. All right.
Attracted to their partners and in their feminine state will
my face.
Pictures. If she constantly stands straight or is tilted away from you, she ain't feeling you like that. Number 2 is she never compliments you or initiates bedroom fun. Hopefully this is self-explanatory.
I mean, yeah, sure, but what do you consider compliments? Like, are you talking about like straight up, like, oh, you look handsome? And she's constantly saying it, or you look cute, or whatever? Is that what you're talking about? Or do you mean any form of complimentation in her own, I don't even know if that's a word, but in her own way, like any form of, what if she does it in her own way? What if she doesn't do it the way other women do it? What if she's more of a touchy person than a talkative person? What if she just likes to, what if her way of showing that she's attracted to you is by cuddling to you and kissing your cheek and all that? What if she never compliments you, but she does all the things that you mentioned before? What if she doesn't want to keep saying you're handsome all the time because you know that already? Haven't we heard of women saying that, some women saying, oh, men always saying that I look beautiful is kind of boring because every single man does it? Of course, if a man that you wanted said that for the first time, she would obviously be very ecstatic. But again, what if the dude stops saying it all the time? What if she only says it like once in a while? Does this also apply to men? Like, if a man like never let's think, if a man never compliments the woman, is he not attracted to her? Seems, man, you're setting people up to ruin their relationships, man.
Attention on social media. Bikini pics, constant selfies, and cleavage pictures are all signs
Alright.
seeking for somebody.
Alright, I need to say this. If you are going for a woman that is constantly doing this and she keeps doing this afterwards, that is your loss. That is your fault. Okay? It's on you. You cannot say, oh, she found me, therefore she's gonna stop doing this. No, because she most likely had boyfriends in the past and she kept doing it anyway. It's fine to maybe talk to her and be like, hey, now that we're dating, I'm not really into you doing this. And if she agrees, that's fine. But again, if she refuses, why would you get mad? Because she showed you who she is. She showed you who she is, and you got with her. It's the same as men who get mad at corn stars for continuing in the business after they meet them. You dated her. A huge part of, well, let me not say huge, a part of you dating her, it's because she was a corn star. She was showing herself off. You didn't mind when you did it at first, for first weeks, months, and now you're like, oh, don't, I don't want you to do that no more. No, if she did not, you guys didn't have a conversation and she agreed and then she turned away from her agreement, then you can be mad. But if you dated a girl who's immodest and who constantly dresses in an immodest way and takes pictures immodestly, it is your fault, sir. You cannot be mad for this. You can't be like, it makes no sense. If you can look at her Instagram and she's been doing this for years upon years, are you telling me you're her first boyfriend ever? Is that what you're telling me? Come on, man. This stuff is so stupid. Again, it's the same issue of men choosing the OnlyFans model, choosing the high body count girl, the club girl, the party girl. And then they get mad when she continues to be what they desire.
I do loyalty tests every week on Instagram. Attention on social media. Bikini pics, constant selfies, and cleavage pictures are all signs that she's seeking for somebody better to come take her. I do loyalty tests every week on Instagram, and the girls who fail almost always are seeking attention online from other men. So if you're curious if your girlfriend...
Again, stop choosing women who do that, bro. Like if you're worried about the link, I've seen a lot of men say this, oh, I don't want a girl who has a lot of pictures on her Instagram or whatever, or who has a social media account. It'd be a dream girl if she didn't have a social media like presence at all. Then go for them because they exist. The thing is, you're too busy going on Instagram trying to find a wife or trying to find a one night stand or trying to get lucky with a corn star instead of actually going out in the real world and talking to people. And I understand we live in a very stupid world where you can be charged for sexual assault for just trying to talk to somebody. I get it. But life is hard. It is hard. It's always been hard. And the most rewarding things take the hardest to build. So if you want a unicorn of a girl, you gotta go after the end of the rainbow. You have to really try, and it will take a long, long time, sir. Longer than you expect. Sometimes it will be quicker. The Lord will bless you like that, sure. But sometimes it will take time. This is why a lot of men will tell you, be busy with your own things and building yourself and improving your life situation. And usually the woman will come. If you present yourself in a certain way, then those certain types of women will come. If all you're posting on your social media is money, possessions, money, possessions, money, possessions, you're going to get girls who love that stuff. You're not going to get the farm girl who has no social media account because she's not going to see you, bro. How is she going to see you without no social media? Or if she's barely on social media, how's she going to see you? So again, if you want a unicorn, you got to go out in the woods and find it, bro. That's what you have to do. You can't just sit in your house and message OnlyFans models, and when they deny you, you're like, oh, women suck, blah, 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 blah.
Actually put it to the test. Just go to limitless-attraction.com and get your loyalty test. And we will both see if she's really loyal.
Again, men, please stop doing this, okay? I understand you want to make sure and everything, but pick the correct woman. And I understand there's no guarantees in life apart from God himself. You get it, I understand. But pick better, okay? It's better to swing for the fences than to just not even face them, bro. Just pick better.
Of how the woman you keep is a reflection of how well you are doing within your life. I met
Again, not necessarily wrong, but this man is gonna go off and it's very dumb in the end.
friends with guys who have no problem attracting women, but for the most part, they can't retain for anything. Sure, there could be other problems. Sex game is bad. They might have some sort of personality defect or ick that turns women off that they don't realize. But for the most part, how well you're doing in your life in terms of your
Again, if you have those problems, just get better at them. Like, instead of just sitting there and be like, oh, I can't keep a girl, and she tells you, oh, it's because of blah, 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 and you keep wanting the same type of woman, then obviously they will all be unattracted by the same thing. So then fix it. Fix it then. Get better at it. Unless it's something genetic, which again, choose a different woman. But if it's not, and it's like, oh, your body type or the things he mentioned, then fix it. If you want these women so badly, put the work in.
sex game is bad. They might have some sort of personality defect or ick.
I just need to reiterate, I'm against I'm against sex before marriage. Okay, shut up.
Woman, but for the most part, they can't retain for anything. Sure, there could be other problems. Sex game is bad. They might have some sort of personality defect or ick that turns women off that they don't realize. But for the most part, how well you're doing in your life in terms of your status, in terms of your financial well-being. If they lived in a penthouse on the 40th floor in Miami, drove a Porsche or like a G-Wagon, do you really think that these guys will have trouble keeping women in their life?
You see, he just went off. Listen, the first part of what I was saying is true, okay? If you're in a bad situation, you're gonna attract bad people at times, okay? If you are in bad Reddit posts and chat pages, whatever, and become friends with some of those people, and they post some dark stuff, you're going to be involved with some very, very dark people. And we've kind of seen some messed up stuff about that recently. And just in life in general, if you're a person who never showers and who never takes care of themselves and who never does anything, you're going to attract those type of people. Okay? If you're an anime guy, you're going to attract anime people. We are social animals. Our eyes are the window to relationships. And if we see the doors all crooked, only squatters are going to get in there. So if your door's all messed up, what do you expect? Okay? But again, like I said previously, if the girl, all she sees is money and possessions, then you're going to attract the girls who may potentially trap you for a baby for the next 18 to 20 years. Okay? Right? So again, what he just mentioned is not it. Please do not pursue these things because you want to keep a woman. Because she's only there for the money. That's literally what he just said. She's only there for the money. It's one thing if a girl potentially leaves you because you're getting fat and lazy and you're losing your physique. It's still a little bit messed up that she doesn't help you, but that's more understandable because it says a lot more about yourself and your resolve and your determination and your consistency, your discipline, right? Because working out involves you and who you are and your own goals and your mindset and everything. Money doesn't. Money is a reflection, right? It's a reflection of the things that you value. It is a reflection of the things that you care about the most. And if you're showing people the only things you care about is this luxury lifestyle, the only people that you will attract is like-minded people. So that when you lose all of this money, they will leave you. And so you'll hear a lot of celebrities say, oh man, I thought I had these friends. I thought these people were my homies. No, they were not, because all you showed them was luxury. All you did was luxury. You were not there when they were potentially sick. You just bought them a maid to take care of them. You were not there for their birthday. You bought them a Porsche. You know what I mean? Like, your displays of love were all possessions and money rather than affection itself and what love actually is, what self-sacrifice actually is, what selfless love actually is. So this man is teaching young men out there to pursue nonsense so that they can keep hold of women who don't care about. That's what he's doing. And it's sad and it's deceptive because a lot of young men believe this. It's not true. If you want to keep a woman, it is all about your actions and how you portray yourself in the relationship and your consistency within the relationship. If you show a woman that you are this nice gentleman working out guy, but then 6 months into a relationship, you're getting fat, you're rude towards her, you're not consistent at all, you don't even compliment her, like you're the opposite of what you did at the beginning of the relationship, you're not going to keep her. And she's going to tell all her friends, and women talk. And so you're affecting your social game immediately. That's why you'll find it tough to get back again because that girl put out a lot of dirt on you. Or if you cheat on her, right? She's going to go and tell other people, and you're just squeezing every ounce of opportunity you have out of that fishbowl, brother. The fishes in the sea start to decrease. They're going to lakes and rivers and all other types of oceans. They don't want to be around your seashore, brother. They don't want to be there. They don't want to be around your shoreline. They're gone because all they could smell is rotten garbage and just a dirty, dirty landscape. When they go beyond those bushes that look pristine and they all types of shapes and sizes and animals, all they see is a bunch of plastic and dirt and blood. They don't want to get near that. So please do not be like this, what this guy says, and portray an image that you're not just to keep a girl. Because she will. These are the types of relationships where you guys are married for 20 years until your 401k gets busted up, you lose all your money, you gambled it away, or somebody extorted it out of you, and she leaves with all your possessions. The bank repossesses everything, and you got nothing. And then he will go on Reddit or 4chan and cry about how women suck when all he wanted was a trophy wife. All he wanted was a showpiece. That's all he wanted. He didn't want somebody who actually doesn't care about these things as much as these girls out here on these streets. You didn't go for that girl. You went for the girl who only cares about money, bro. And that's stupid. You can't cry when the wolf bites your hand, right? You let him inside the house, it bit your hand. You can't cry about that. So please, guys, please, do not follow this man's advice. If you want to keep a woman, learn about how to improve yourself within relationships. Learn how to be consistent. Learn how to be there for the person and to be loving towards the person without the possessions. Let me tell you something. If you can show that woman that you will continue to be consistent even through the bad days when she is not being as affectionate normally, and when she realizes that she hasn't been at her best around you, she stays for longer because she realizes that you are a person who actually really cares about it and wants to go through those parts with her. Same with men. If you're a woman and you want to keep a guy, do the same thing. People appreciate relationships that can stand against any obstacle. They keep those relationships for a long time instead of the ones where the first sign of trouble and the person runs away. That's not the types of people you want around you, okay? And you can only risk it by getting into relationships and seeing how they pan out. Dating is a risky business. But again, if you find that person, if you make sure that the door is clean and you open the door and the hallway is clean, you got a better chance than getting into a drug house. So please, man, please pick better women and be consistent and be yourselves, man. Literally, just be yourself. Attract the types of women that will like you because they will be similar to you and they will want to keep you around. So please, y'all, please, if you're an anime guy, don't dress up all fancy to get with these OnlyFans models. And then when you go back home, she sees a bunch of Dragon Ball posters and she gets turned off. And you then try to take them off and say, no, 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 baby, this is just a phase. I'm going to take all of this off. This was just my daughter, my little nephew. Don't do that stuff, bro. Because you're not going to be consistent. What are you going to do? Run away to your man cave, into your friend's house to actually be who you are and then go back home just to have sex? What are you doing? Stupid, man. And it's so sad. This guy's actually handsome. He doesn't need to do any of the stuff he's talking about. He really doesn't. And yet, because he wants those type of women, he has to. That's the problem. And it's coming up where I prove this.
Well-being. If they lived in a penthouse on the 40th floor in Miami, drove a Porsche or like a G-Wagon, do you really think that these guys will have trouble keeping women in their lives? If you got your shit going good for you, it's easy for you to keep women within your life.
Yeah, listen, if you, like I said at the beginning, if you are a guy who is dirty, you're gonna attract a lot of dirt, okay? If you're a guy who's a jerk, you're gonna attract jerky women, all right? All types of beef jerky. If you're a nice guy, you will attract women who are nice people. But again, if your attraction is towards a different type of girl, you're going to think that you're not being received by women, which is wrong. It's wrong. I'm not saying settle, but just change your perspective. There are attractive women out there who are not Fatianas, bro. They really are. But until you get out of that mindset, you won't be able to see them. You won't know where to look. You won't know where to go.
Avoid dating. The first woman you should avoid dating is a woman who has absolutely no future about herself. I don't care what these.
Again, what do you mean? Right? Because he's going to mention something that's really stupid, but what do you mean by that? Explain. Like, do you mean that she doesn't have a big future? Do you mean that she has no career goals? What if her future is that she wants to create a clothing business, right? What if that's what she wants, but she just can't do it right now because she has to pay the bills and have a place to stay? A lot of people want to achieve a lot of things, but because life is trash, they can't. They gotta eat. They gotta have a roof over their head. So they can't pursue those dangerous, risky goals that have high potential of success because they don't have the circumstances to make that easy. But let's go.
Woman you should avoid dating is a woman who has absolutely no future about herself. I don't care what these other guys say in terms of how guys would date a McDonald's worker or how we don't care about a woman's status and career, but I'm telling you.
Again, why did you mention a McDonald's worker? So, isn't it funny? Women will say that they're not going to date a postman or a Uber driver or, like he just said, a McDonald's worker because, oh, he has no long-term vision. He has no future. So it goes back to what I said. What do you mean? Because a lot of people want to achieve their goals. They just can't at the moment. Maybe they're saving up. Maybe their saving up is going to take 4 years' time. What if this girl wanted to be a veterinarian, but she couldn't get any form of work anywhere because she didn't have the experience, and therefore time was running out. She had to find a place to stay, and she had to get some money for food, and so she became a McDonald's. This is stupid. So, do you know how many people I've met who are older than me who have pursued certain careers and degrees, and only like less than, I'm pretty sure like 40% of them have actually done what they've dreamed of. The rest were not given the chance. There was a woman who just got out of college back in my college days. And she just got out of college. She wanted to be something like a marine biologist. And she couldn't get work. They didn't accept her because, again, she didn't have the experience, because experience counts more than knowledge, because experience is applied knowledge. And so she then became a teacher. And she became a teacher with nothing that had nothing to do with marine biology. She became a teacher with something completely different because she couldn't be accepted for that line of work. There are statistics out there that show that more than half, or at least half, of people who pass their degrees for a certain job never even do it. Or they don't for a couple of years. They don't. So again, what if somebody is a McDonald's worker or a UPS driver because they were just rejected? What about that? This is stupid, man. This stuff is so toxic because kids out there will think this is real. There will be women, Tatianas, go on these podcasts to say, you see, even this handsome man knows that if you're doing McDonald's, you don't have no goals. You're just reaffirming each other and then screaming at each other for being the way you are when you reinforce and build one another. You can't scream at a wall when you're laying down the bricks. That's stupid, man. Change your floor plan. This is dumb, bro. This is really this is draining.
Of yourself in terms of your own career, your own self-improvement,
Again, how many times have we heard women say that? If you want to be on this mindset and be on the same type of line of thinking where you want to be like somewhere in 5 years and you want to be vacationing every 3 months in a year, if you want to do all this stuff, how could you date a man who's a UPS worker? How could you date a man who doesn't want to be a millionaire? It's like, what do you mean a goal? What does that mean? What if she just wants to be a teacher and she's working now at a UPS company and she's building, because I know when you want to be a teacher, you have to go through these tests where you have to pass these tests where you gotta teach at certain level to prove that you can handle it, and then your marker basically takes out your notes, and they also see you doing your work practically to see if you can actually do it. So what if she's still a UPS worker, but she's going through those trials in order to become a teacher? What if she has 2 jobs and she's interning for some big company, but maybe it's not paying her as much, or it's not paying her at all, and she has to do a different job? And you met her when she's at McDonald's. Like, you could have passed up a girl who lines up with you perfectly, but, oh, she's at McDonald's. Like, what? Oh my days, this stuff pisses me off. This stuff is so stupid, and it creates a generation of lonely men and women because they care about arbitrary nonsense.
Date a McDonald's worker, or how we don't care about a woman's status and career. But I'm telling you, if you're on a progression of yourself in terms of your own career, your own self-improvement, you definitely want to be with a woman who has some sort of vision for herself too. And if you're just dating her for her looks and beauty alone, and that's...
Isn't that funny? You're just dating her for her looks and beauty alone? Can I just ask, the woman he described that want a man in a 40th floor Miami apartment or penthouse, he said specifically, and G-Wagons, what is their progression in life? What is it? What is their progression, sir? If they only want to be with those type of men, what is their progression? What was their goals? Where do you think they were before they were picked up by these men? They were either at home doing nothing, in school, or school or college, university, whatever, or they were working as a McDonald's worker. And they were posting all types of thirst traps, and these men got in their DMs, and they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna pay you 100,000 if I could let my son poop on your face." So, like, what? Like, I don't get this man's logic. I don't. It's so pathetic.
Tells me that you're kind of thinking in a short-term mindset, and that's going to be a short-term relationship.
Isn't it a short-term relationship to want to be with somebody who only cares about your money? How's that a long-term relationship? What? Like, at some point, she's gonna move on to somebody. You're basically dating a woman who's there for the money and possessions, who could just move on to someone else with more money and possessions than you. How short-term? What? Like, bro, I'm kind of speechless. I'm moving on because I need to show y'all more of these dumb videos.
You stop playing video games.
Now, I'm gonna show y'all a video of his that is great advice. And this is the deception with these channels. Okay, life in general, to be honest, because a lot of things in life can have those entryways that look really good until you get to the basement and it's a bunch of bodies. So be careful, properly research, vet your people, vet your sources. I need to learn this as well. I'm learning as well, especially in what I'm trying to do with this YouTube channel. I need to make sure that when I talk about stuff, it's consistent and it makes sense and it's not like out of context, which it's very difficult to do in the social media age, but this is what we have to do. Even as a kid, unfortunately, there's so many people trying to mislead you, you gotta do it. So this guy's about to give you great advice right now. And it makes perfect sense for his audience, but it's also dangerous in the sense that he basically confirms who his audience is. So let's go.
Playing video games got me more women. When I was a teenager, I loved the idea of going into a virtual world and being whoever I wanted to be. I'd max out my stats, make myself virtually handsome, and make so much money on the game, it felt like I was hacking it. Now eventually that got boring, and that's when I realized I can apply these same concepts to real life. So I started treating my own life like an RPG. I started focusing on my grooming and appearance, my
great advice,
learning skills so that I can actually make an impact in the world and make more money. Eventually leading me to the point where I was such a catch that I didn't have to worry about attracting women, I had to learn to reject them. Now it's okay to play video games in spare time. Just remember, we're all playing this game called life. So prioritize your character and reap the rewards too.
Again, phenomenal advice, great advice. And it makes sense for his audience who are gamers, who are probably lonely men or men who are finding it hard in the dating space, who get rejected all the time, who play video games all the time. Younger men as well. Phenomenal advice. The issue here is his other videos, because his skills that he's talking about are all the nonsense that I just showed you. His character is all the nonsense that I showed you before. It's fine to play around as Trevor in GTA, but you should never try to emulate him. You know, it's cool to be all these characters and to live in different worlds, and I love simulation games and management games and games where basically it's like an open world, but not those type of AAA open worlds, but stuff like RimWorld, Stellaris, where anything can happen. Every single playthrough is different. I love those games, and they really immerse you in a whole different character and world. But again, you have to separate that from reality. That principle of turning your character into the person that you desire to be, great principle to have, and do it and stick to it, right? But again, lads, the advice he gives after this and between this is just stupid and disgusting. Move on.
Here's some simple things that you can do to be more attractive. Number one, wear jewelry.
And there you go. They right afterwards. Obviously, I'm not doing this to his Instagram. I got a couple of clips, but this is just really after you. Man, imagine you're a kid and you think, oh, because I had Blanco wear custom jewelry on Street Fighter and I looked cool. That means that's how I'm supposed to look, right? That means that's how I'm supposed to project myself, right? That's so dumb. No, do not do. You're again. Think about the woman you're attracting. You're not gonna attract the nice girl. You're not doing it, bro. If you're wearing Rolexes and you're putting on those sparkly gold, Jesus chains, my Lord's chains, and you're putting those on, those can be fine in isolation if you're like just putting them on. But with the Rolexes and with the glasses and all the brand clothing, like the what is it called? What is that? Whatever, these expensive clothing brands. Again, who do you think you're going to attract? Who do you think you are going to attract? You're not attracting the nice girl. You're attracting the Tatiana that was with another guy who was wearing jewelry. She got all of her money, all of her vacations. She cheated on the guy. The guy found out, broke up with her. Now she sees you. You're the next bait. Like, come on, man. Come on. This is you being Red Riding Hood, knowing the wolf is in the woods, but continually wearing red. Like, what are you doing? And then crying that the wolf keeps betraying you and the wolf keeps tricking you and saying, oh, the world sucks because there's so many wolves. No, there's not only wolves. There are woodsmen and rabbits and bunnies and butterflies and all this stuff, but you keep attracting the wolf.
Some simple things that you can do to be more attractive. Number one, wear jewelry. A nice watch, a nice bracelet, even a simple necklace can really enhance your outfit and enhance
Stupid.
Number two,
no, it doesn't.
Posture.
I need to say this. No, it does not. Okay, putting on jewelry does not enhance your sex appeal. Putting on jewelry makes the wrong type of woman look at you like you are going to be an 18-year-old payout. You are a checkbook. You're a bank account. You are a vacation. You are a status symbol that you can use to enhance yourself. That is what you are. It's the same with these girls who put on all these tight types of clothing and project themselves in that way. You are pretty much projecting that you're a box.
Wear jewelry. A nice watch, a nice bracelet, even a simple necklace can really enhance your outfit and enhance your sex appeal. Number 2, fix your posture. Walking with a straight back shows more confidence.
Okay, can I say he looks absolutely stupid walking like this? He looks like he's acting like he's trying to be a WWE wrestler. Like he's copying Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Anyways, I don't know why I said his full name. Whatever. But again, do you know how you fix your posture naturally? Sit correctly in a chair. Get yourself some nice chairs that are actually going to be suitable for your back, right? And just sit back in your chair and literally do that every time you sit back in your chair every single time. Straighten out your back, pull out your arms to reach whatever you want to reach on the table. Do that every day. Work out every day. Do stretches. There are specific stretches that can help with your posture. Do that. Do 3 of those things every single, obviously you're not going to work out every single day, but do 3 of those things consistently every week and your posture will naturally get fixed. Also, do not have heavy bags that are going to weigh your back and really need your shoulders to lean forward so that you can balance it out. If you need to wear multiple bags or have like a bag, like a rolling bag, I don't know what that's, a bag that you can pull, like a traveling bag, like that, do that. Okay, do not put excessive amounts of weight on your back. Do not slouch. Literally every time you slouch, go get yourself a chair and sit in that chair. That's what you can do. Don't sit on your bed as well, because your bed doesn't have a backrest. You're going to be leaning forward towards the TV or your phone, right? Unless you're leaning on the right on the wall by your bed. I forgot what that thing's called by your bed. Unless if you're sitting on that, which you can do, you can practice that as well. Just sit on that bed rest, sit on it, you know what I mean? And that's how you do it. Don't walk like an idiot. That doesn't fix your posture.
People will naturally gravitate towards you.
Look at how just corny he looks.
You don't need a million products to look more handsome. You only need a few. That's why I personally love T. Shanley. T. Shanley makes skincare uncomplicated.
Again, that's fine. Get a good skin routine. One of the best ways to fix it that has worked for me, and my skin is ultra sensitive. If I have even a little bit of sugar, like 1 candy bar, and all I eat is healthy food around it, I will get a pimple the next morning. Sometimes the very day I do it. So again, clean your diet. Stop eating garbage and your skin will instantly improve. Have a lot of healthy food that has a lot of vitamins that will improve your skin. Go outside. This is not a meme. Go outside, dude. Even if it means walking around in the park and just sitting on a bench, just absorb the sun. Take your pet out, bond with your pet. You might meet a girl who has a pet who, might connect with you. You're also going to be more confident as you go outside and just do your thing. You're going to realize a lot of things that you had anxiety with just aren't there, and your brain was just making it up so that you can be more fearful and you couldn't go outside. And so you just think, oh man, people are going to judge me, blah, 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 until you go outside. Also, going outside will force you to take a shower because nobody wants to go out smelling. Hopefully, I hope you're not those type of people who don't care. Please care, okay? Go take a shower. Do not smell out in public, please. And by doing that, you're going to build good habits that are going to fix your skin for the long term. Because sometimes people take medicine and they think that's it. No, you should also stop eating KFC and stop eating bread every single day. Okay? Gross.
System for your needs. I like the level 3 system because it has everything I need personally to look my best on a daily basis. If you click the link in my bio or go to the link on screen, you'll be able to get your first box of teas for 30% off alongside with a free gift. A great deal for guys who don't want to overcomplicate things. So be sure to check them out.
At least he tied the advert nicely with his video.
Here's how much it costs to have an attractive girlfriend. Weekly dates, $200 or $800 a month or $10,000 a year.
Are you kidding? I just gave this man a compliment and he spits in my face. Are you kidding me, mate? Again, Dear me. You see what I mean? You see what I mean? The type of woman he's talking about, a woman who don't care about you. They care about the experience. They want to tell their friends how y'all went to Barbados and y'all went to the Maldives and y'all were drinking wine that no one's ever heard of before. And you guys were having sex on a waterbed underwater and sharks were passing by as you guys were doing it. She just wants the experience. That is what you are. You're not a long-term option. You're not marriage material. She's only marrying you because the experience is guaranteed. That's the only reason she marries you. Just like these women who marry these men that they're not attracted to, that they keep on the, like, basically on the side, even though they go home to them and they'll sleep in their beds and they'll make them food and all that. But the men they're actually attracted to are out there that they keep texting every morning and they keep getting with them because, again, they are a risk. They're not consistent. They're not always going to be there. They're going to be sleeping with somebody else. So she has a guaranteed safe home alongside another man that she actually wants. But those type of women want a man like this who are going to guarantee luxury every week. What type of nonsense does it mean to have weekly dates? Weekly? Brother, even if I had money, I'm cooking at home. You're cooking at home. We're not doing weekly nothing. What are you on about?
It costs to have an attractive girlfriend.
Crazy.
$200 or $800.
Can you $200 a week, $800, mate, $10K a year on a girl.
Here's how much it costs to have an attractive.
Oh my days, bruh.
Or $800.
Wow.
Or $10,000 a year. Quarterly vacations, $2,000.
By the way, can I put that in context? So when you convert it to my currency, that's over 100,000 rand per year. That's over 100,000 rand per year. Those weekly dates are over 3,000 rand per week. That is crazy. That's crazy.
How much it costs to have an attractive girlfriend. Weekly dates, $200 or $800 a month or $10,000 a year. Quarterly vacations, $2,000 or
quarterly, every 4 months going on, every 3 months, I think, going on vacation, right? Let me look this up, man. This guy's pissing me off. Let me look up what quarterly is. I'm gonna get pissed, but whatever. Let me see what quarterly is. This is gonna be the second last video. Let me see what quarterly. Let me do some research right now. Wow. Yep. That I knew it. 4 vacations in a year, and it could cost more depending on where you go and which hotels you want to, choose and how long you stay there. Y'all got a lot of, man.
Holiday and birthday gifts, $5,000 a year. Miscellaneous, nails, shopping, whatever it may be.
Bro, hold on. Dates are 10,000 a year. Vacations are 8,000.
Vacations, $2,000.
8,000. That's 18,000.
$5,000 a year. Miscellaneous.
5,000. So now we're up to 23K. 23.
Nails, shopping, whatever it may be. About $3,000 a year.
That's 26K, dude.
$6,000 a year. So if you're making $50,000 a year after taxes, you probably couldn't even afford to keep an attractive woman within your life.
Oh my, ooh, whoa, I wanted to punch my screen. Wow. We're not even getting into what attraction is for that particular person. Not even getting into just how stupid this is and how bad and toxic it is for young men to believe that they need 26K a year to keep an attractive girlfriend. Not even the toxicity that it's given towards women who are watching this who think, yeah, I am correct. I was right that a man got to pay for me. A man has to give me an allowance. A man, blah, 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 blah. Not just, oh, wow. Yo, 20. I can't, bro. I can't. Like I said, if you are dating a terrible human being who only cares about your money, listen, we're all born sinful, as I've said. And God is the one who cleanses us. Okay, the Lord's blood. So, if you're dating a type of woman who's all vain, I feel sad for you. because men like this feed into your attraction. You should be choosing different types of women, okay? There is a girl who's attractive on a YouTube channel called Midnight Rubbish. She would never ever demand any of this, and she's attractive. If you saw her on Instagram, you would think, oh, she's that type. She is not. She would never demand any of this. Please, y'all, there are so many attractive women who do not care about this, or who are over this phase, that realize this is stupid. There have been women who talked about this on podcasts, that the attractive men like this guy are the ones you go through college, and then you marry the guys who are ugly but funny. Even though it's kind of sad that they kind of say that they're not attractive that much, but they will end up marrying those men. Again, I'll always say, marry somebody you're attracted to, because the devil is always working, man. He's always working. I'm losing my voice. This is crazy, bro. Please. I'm telling you, stop choosing these OnlyFans girls, the Instagram bots, and thinking that is all there is to it, and you can never find an attractive woman. That is stupid. There are so many attractive women out there. Just go out in public. Go to different states. Like, what is this? Do not encourage this behavior. Imagine your daughter saying, oh, imagine your daughter, right, being attractive and saying, oh yeah, I can't date that man because he only makes 50K a year after taxes. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I gotta convert this into my own currency. This is crazy, yo. I have a converter, I have an app. I gotta see this. Hold on. I gotta see how much money this is. The numbers are wild. The numbers are crazy. Oh my days, that's nearly 500,000. It's nearly 500,000 rand a year on a girl. On a girl that if you didn't live in a penthouse, she left you. Wow. On a girl that's probably had sex with all the men, all your rich friends, and all your rich business partners. On a girl that's probably slept with an old man in his 90s because she wanted to go to Barbados. Come on, y'all. Really? Yo, I don't want to listen to more, but we got one more video.
In fact, she may even cheat on you with a baller. And if you're curious, we can ask.
Wow, so now cheating's your fault. Cheating is your fault because you don't want to pay, in my currency, nearly 500,000. Oh my days. Ooh wee. And I know I'm not gonna need to pay 500,000, but even 100K, dude, in my currency, I'm not doing that. I do not care. And anyways, I think I would be for all the vacations, right? Do you know how much vacations cost if you're South African? Like, you gotta be rich for vacations. You either have to have rich people who fly you out, or you gotta be rich. Okay. When we talk about vacations, we're talking about cross country. We ain't talking about overseas. So this is crazy. For him to say, oh, she's gonna be miserable, then get out of my house. Get out of my life. Oh, she's gonna cheat on you with a baller. Then be with him. What?
Taxes, you probably couldn't even afford to keep an attractive woman within your life.
Dear me.
Being miserable. In fact,
okay.
She may even cheat on you with a baller. And if you're curious, we can actually put that to the test. Just go to Limitless Dash.
I hate. Shut up. I'm starting to. You know what's crazy? I used to. I think I still follow this, or I used to follow him, or I used to watch that show, that Limitless Attraction thing that he has, and I used to think, oh man, look at these cheaters. Oh my days, I'm so glad God got me out of that. Dear me, this man is gross. Okay, so this is the second last video. Because as I was clicking through trying to find, because these don't have labels, trying to find what I'm looking for, the last video I wanted to end on, I had to play this one. I had to show this one. I know this is a long video. If you made it this far, thank you. Leave a like, subscribe. As you can see, I got no subs, and more crazy content will come up, man. If you got suggestions, you can tell me, and I'll react to them. Don't really care. You can. I'll try and make a Twitter if I start to get some followers and stuff, and you can like DM me on Twitter and send me videos and all that. But oh my day. Okay, all right. Let's start.
Reason why it's a good thing to be a woman's first is because the first guy sets an imprint on her.
Y'all remember watching Twilight, and in one of the last movies, I think it's the second last one, that man imprints on the baby. Y'all remember that? That wolf man, I think it was Jacob. He literally looks at the baby and imagines her entire life until she's like a grown woman, and he literally imagines himself being with her and says he imprinted on her, as in, I am in love with you now, when you are a baby smiling at me. Y'all remember how gross that was? This man just oh, this man just said that. He just, women are not animal, man. Oh my.
Reason why it's a good thing to be a woman's first.
Oh my days, bro.
An imprint on her. You ever been with a woman?
That's so gross.
To prefer a certain guy in terms of physicality or even behavioral characteristics? That's because of her imprint. So that's the first guy she either fell in love with.
I just need to say this. No, it's not. It's not. Women have told stories. Same with men, where their first experience was with somebody that they're not attracted to, or somebody that they were, potentially tipsy and the other person was also tipsy, or it was with their first crush, but now they're into different types of guys. Again, this is stupid. Women are not robots, people. They are not animals. They don't just have one type for the rest of their life. Even the OnlyFans girl can come out of that stupor and go date a fat guy, okay? And be in a loving relationship with a guy who's overweight because she prioritizes other things, It's not a story you're going to see on social media unless they want to clown on her, but it can happen. Women are just like men in the sense that they can change their preferences. When you were a kid, were your preferences different in women depending on what they are now? Are they different from then? Because for me, they are. For me, they are. And for a lot of men and women, they are. So to say, what if that girl did it when she was, as we know, a lot of women do it when they're young. What if they do it when they're super young? Like 16, 17, which can sometimes happen. You're telling me they're going to want the same scrawny little kid for the rest of their life? What logic is this? And it's so predatory. Like, oh yeah, go after virgin women so that you can imprint on them so that they can only date men like you. What? It's like you're basically telling men who are not necessarily genetically stacked like you that they have a shot as long as they're with virgin women, because the virgin women will fall in love with them and only be with men like them. It's some weird nonsense like, oh yes, let's set this girl up with this overweight guy so that all of us other overweight guys can have a chance with her. It's so gross. Oh my days.
In terms of physicality.
Oh my. And by the way, yes, women can be attracted to their first person that they do it with, right? Just like men, and they will always have that connection with them. This is why the Lord says don't have sex before marriage, because there is a connection, an intimate connection that happens, and you will always kind of have some connection to that person. So yes, that exists, but it is not an imprint. It doesn't mean they're going to be in love with that guy they slept with. No. Same with men. No.
Because of her imprint. So that's the first guy she either fell in love with, the first guy she had sex with. You can be the first for a lot of things, but the point is you need to set that imprint on her if you want her to not only be attached to you long term, but also remember you long term. So the girl you're talking.
What? You just made a video. Some girls, you can't keep a girl because you don't have enough money, or you don't have high status, or you don't have a penthouse. Now you're saying a girl can be with you long term because you were her first? What are you This man basically is setting men up to only chase money, to only attract Thotianas. And if they're tired of the Thotianas, go for a virgin girl and imprint on her so that you can keep her for the rest of your life, or that she will always be yours for the rest of her life. Oh man.
The way to actually implement this is try new places, go to things that she's never tried before, things that you never tried before. And when this adds up over time, then that's how you actually get women more attached to you.
No, you get women more attached to you through who you are outside of the possessions and the money. Those women are not attracted to you, they are attracted to the experiences. Yes, they will have fond memories of you, as you see with a lot of men when they start to get money and they take girls from the hood that they liked and they put them on a pedestal, and those women will always have some good memories of that guy. But again, what happens if they move on to new experiences? If all you're showing to a girl is not you but experiences, she's gonna want more experiences. This is why he says you gotta have 26K every single year for her. And why he says she's gonna become miserable. Because you keep showing her the same things, because she's attached to the experiences, not to you, not to who you are. Yes, women can have some sort of gratefulness towards you for you putting them on a certain level. Doesn't mean they're going to be with you forever. It doesn't mean they're going to be with you long term. If a guy they're actually attracted to, if you are an unattractive guy who doesn't work on any of your personality, like anything that can really hold a person down, which is who you are, and you don't work on that, and all you do is build money and physique, and that's all you have, right? Looks and money, and that's all you give to her. Yes, she can be grateful for that, but she could also want a man who has the physique, who has the money, who has the experiences, but he also has the personality. Like, guys, build yourselves up. You build you up. Your physique, yes, whatever. But again, you could get into a car accident and be paralyzed from the waist down. You could potentially be a burnt victim. You could potentially get into a fight that scars your face or scars some of your muscles and they're not going to look the same. You could get some rare injury or disease. That person will just leave, dude. If all you gave them is looks, isn't this what we say to women? That, oh, you're 30, right? You're 30. You thought your looks are going to remain, and now no one wants to be with you because your looks have faded away. And I know men can last longer and can become more handsome over time. Just like with me, I used to be a disgusting, ugly kid. But now I'm getting better. I understand it. I get that. But again, you don't know what the Lord can put in your life, sir. And He can take away those looks. He can take away that pride away real quick, and you got nothing. And your girl leaves you because all you gave her was physique and money and experience. That's all you did. And possessions. You can just take the possessions away in court. Even Florida has some dumb law that if you've been dating somebody for some time, that they can get involved and you can split the money. So even dating is becoming dumber because of these dumb laws and because of men like this. Build who you are. A woman can replace your physique with another physique. She can replace the sex with other types of sex. She can replace the money with other types of money, with more money. She can replace the experiences with more experiences, with better ones. But she can't replace your personality, dude. She can't. God made us to be unique individuals for a reason. And if she gets attached to who you are, she will potentially always come back. Not saying that you want that, but that's the thing that will have her sitting in her room in her penthouse thinking, man, I kind of miss her when he used to do this. I kind of miss her when he used to say all these things to me. Not, oh, I kind of miss being in his Porsche because now she has her own Porsche. Stupid, man. Don't be an object for women to have experiences with. Don't be a gateway to other men. Be yourself. And if yourself is flawed, fix it. All right, I found it. Wow, that was a godsend. That was a godsend. That was amazing. Thank you, good God of Israel. But yeah, that was a godsend. Oh my days. I've literally after that video, I found this video, so I guess he wanted me to be a little bit lost. And here we are. To the last video. Oh, I hate this video. Anyways, let's go.
Dating apps have the most attractive women. Number one is going to be seeking arrangements.
Now, it doesn't matter what he says. We're going to talk about that. That's a different issue. Now, look at these women. Look at how they're dressed. Look at what they're eating, where they are, right? Expensive stuff, right? Vacationing women. This is where he gets the 26K from. He probably went through these women and was calculating all types of money he would spend on them and creating averages. Made the 26K. This is the type of woman that he's into, y'all. That he wants you to be into. That he reinforces you to be into. Listen, seeking attraction is literally look at this. No time wasters, right? Because she wants that bad. She doesn't want you to just talk, but you're not taking her on vacations. You're not buying her food. You're not buying her, giving her money and giving her your black card so she can do whatever, right? She's arm candy, but she needs that candy real quick. It's just crazy. Anyways, this is a sugar daddy, sugar baby website. And it's crazy how so many of these red pill heroes and icons are on these sites. It's so crazy. And here he's telling you again to go for the wrong woman. Women who only care about all this nonsense. They only care about this stuff. So how can you in the same breath say you don't want a social media deviant, but you want her? Makes no sense. Zero. Anyways, so now y'all get it. Y'all understand. From all the videos I've shown you, from the poison this man spews, this is the end result. Be with a sugar baby who's only there for the experience. She will give you sex because it's meaningless to her. To God, sex is meaningful. It's beautiful. But to them, it's something to be used to get what they want, right? To get all this vanity. That's all sex is to them. Some of them don't even give you sex for a little bit because they know how pretty they are. And they have the proof from the past of men waiting for them. This is pathetic. This is pathetic. Dating apps are trash anyways. Some experiences for some people can be good, but again, there might be better ways to put yourself out there, especially if you're a person who doesn't go outside a lot. Going outside and yes, getting rejected isn't great, but when you try and figure out why and they tell you and you improve, that's the best way to get better. And they will be impressed that you actually want to improve instead of just cussing them out or storming out and saying that they're, 304s. It's just stupid, man. Please do not get with these type of women, please. And listen to what he said. They are the most attractive women. Did he not say in the previous, like 3 videos ago, that you shouldn't go for a woman on attraction only because it's short term? Yet he's telling you the best dating app is this one because it has the most attractive woman, even though it's not a dating app. It's literally just a place to get your money taken out of your bank account. It's just a scam, kind of. It's not necessarily a scam. Hey, don't sue me, but y'all know what I mean. Like, come on, man. And I understand it's unicorn talk to think you can get a girl like this who's not going to be shallow because the men she interacts with make her that way. The women she interacts with make her that way. By the way, men are responsible for building women like this. Do you know why? Because these women right here who saw this man who has I think he has over 1 million subscribers on YouTube. If any of them saw this and they saw that he was saying, oh, these are the most attractive women, you should go for them, they're going to be vindicated. They're going to be empowered in this nonsense. They're going to think, it's not bad to want all this stuff because this man with such a big following and all his followers and the followers from Fresh and Fit and all these people think we're attractive and they would rather be with us than some farm girl who doesn't care about any of this stuff because of my big fake boobs. Y'all are destroying society. I'm talking about both of y'all, man and woman. You're destroying society, and yet you cry about it when all those broken pieces cut your hand. It's stupid, man. Please, people, please make an effort. There are beautiful women out there who, if you, again, porn also, Corn, I'm gonna have to mute that out. Corn also has an issue by building men to be this way as well, because they will also have the rotten, corrupted look of how women should be, and they will go for literally 11 out of 10s and think that's the only beautiful person. I've seen men, and we'll cover this in future videos, right? Men tweeting about, Margot Robbie is a 7 out of 10, a 7 out of 10. Do you know why they say that? Because all they see is corn stars who are modified, who are prettied up with makeup and have all these unrealistic bodies that a lot of other women don't have because they're not modified and they are natural and they have imperfections. And they'll say, look at Margot Robbie, look at the slant in her cheek. Yes, sir, even though she doesn't really have any, but compared to the OnlyFans model or compared to the corn star that puts Botox in their faces, yes, you're going to say that because that's all you see. If all you see is a bunch of mansions on Billionaire Row and a bunch of penthouses and you went to a suburb, you would think those people are poor, wouldn't you? It's pathetic, man. Come on. Seriously. Stop entertaining this. If men collectively stopped propping up these OnlyFans models and paying for this stuff and stop propping up Instagram girls, when all of y'all talk about high body count on immodest women, yet they have the highest following from your own fans, it's your fault, sir. You're clearly either showing them a hypocritical image or they are the hypocrites. And you gotta straighten them out. Because you're their leader, correct? You are their leader. And sometimes you can't help them, that's fine. But at least try. This is a shame. And more women are becoming like this because these women are the most desired. Like you just said, this is the #1 dating app.
Daddy website, but if you're smart, you actually don't have to pay these girls. The smart ones are using this as a lead generation site because they know the really attractive girls are on this, not Tinder. Just don't cuff these women though. Number 2,
just don't cuff them. Okay. So don't actually marry them, don't be with them, yet also go for them because they're the most attractive women. Yet also don't go for women who only have looks. Yet also pay $26K if you want to be with an attractive woman. Oh man, oh man, oh man. And then he will be like, oh, you can't marry this woman, but also if you're rich and you gotta be with a certain type of woman. If you're rich, if you're in a 40th floor penthouse, you gotta be with a certain type of woman. Ah, man. This stuff pisses me off. It drains my soul, dude. But the Lord's gonna fill it up again, man. Because this is debauchery to the highest order. And also what he just said, do not do that. Because again, those women, if they report you, you could probably potentially get kicked off the site. Also, they could just tell other women, right? I'm pretty sure there's a way to talk about your experience with that guy to ward off any weird dudes who maybe some weirdos out there, because there probably are some weird guys who've been on that site. It's a dangerous site, man. So I'm pretty sure if a woman went through a bad experience, she would be able to tell the other woman, and therefore you could get kicked off, or all those women will just reject you. Because I know you have to put up your profile picture and you have to put up how much money you have and all that stuff. Like, what? Like, yo, this stuff's sick. So you're just telling these guys to just lie to these women? Really? What happens when, just like that woman said about don't be a time waster? What happens when she's like, oh yeah, I'm not gonna, what was the point? If you're gonna lie to her, like where? How are you gonna lie and not give her money? Are you talking about give her money in the sense of giving her money? Or like in the sense of going on vacations and all this stuff with her and paying out for dinner and stuff? Because if you're paying out for dinner and showing her off to your stuff to have sex with her and then you don't give her money and you just kick her off, that's pretty messed up, dude. That's pretty messed up. That's, even though what they're doing is messed up as well, and I'm pretty sure that's kind of part of the punishment of being there. But like, come on, really? That's just gross, man. Come on. What is this? Like, I get it. Oh, I took her out for dinner. Just like, remember that video we covered in the previous ones, that clip of that guy who was like, oh, I paid 2.6 million, so you gotta go back home with me. He's preaching to the same men who are going to take that girl out to some expensive restaurant, put her in a Porsche that he rented for the weekend, and go to some mansion that he rented out, or some high-class apartment that he, waited for 6 years to get a room from to show off that he's rich just to have sex with her. And then what? And then what? And then what?
Don't use Tinder or even Bumble, but if she's single and available, I guarantee you she's probably on Hinge. Hinge has removed the stigma of being on dating apps, and for that reason, it has attracted a lot of very, very attractive women who would have never used dating apps otherwise.
What does that mean? I gotta look into that. I don't know what he means by they removed the stigma of being on dating apps. What does that mean? This guy just says blanket statements that sound good to get you to do stuff, but he doesn't actually elaborate on anything. It doesn't explain scenarios. It doesn't cover anything. It's just TikTok. This is just TikTok and Instagram. That's all it is. It's literally just KFC. There's no substance in there.
Instagram is by far the biggest dating app without actually being a dating app. Whether you DM her.
Okay, Instagram's not a dating app if you don't look like this guy. It's not a dating app. If you don't look like this guy, you don't look like the Kylie Jenners and the Tatianas. It's not a dating app. It's not. This is encouraging men to DM women on Instagram, and then when those women don't respond, they feel crushed, and then you get the subreddits of incel tears because they'll be there cussing the woman out in her DMs because, oh, my hero said this was a dating app. So why didn't you respond to me? Why didn't you give me a chance? I can show you such a good time without the money.
Attractive and likes a few pictures, there are multiple ways to make a connection. Now, if you're looking for ways to make your Instagram more biggest dating app without actually being a dating app, whether you DM her or she finds your profile attractive and likes a few pictures, there are multiple ways to make a connection. Now, if you're
So a superficial app that people have tried to make more meaningful in some places, in some spots, and some pages are. But a superficial app where you just mentioned they only DM you and you only DM them because of their pictures. Oh man, bro.
Instagram more attractive, learn how to build status, and actually display yourself in a high value, attractive way, DM me the word Insta. We'll hop on a free consultation call and see where we can actually make improvements for you personally.
Yeah, just go break your jaw and make it, inflame so that you can have a better jawline. I'm kidding. That's not what he's trying to say. That's a reference to something else. But yeah, this guy's terrible. Don't follow his advice. I know he has some pieces of good advice in there, but please do not follow this man's advice. Please just, be a discerning person, pick out the berries from the poison apples, and get out of there. Get out of there. And I would say if you're a vulnerable man like I once was, go to God, mate. Genuinely. Have faith and belief in the Lord. Go somewhere else, just don't do that, bro. There are so many other people you can listen to that give good advice for the most part. Courtney Ryan, which is a girl on YouTube, a woman on YouTube. I know men will be, women don't understand this fully. They're gonna say things that don't really make sense. Yeah, there are some women who actually give good advice to men. There's another one that I forgot. They are there on YouTube. YouTube suggestions could also guide you as well. You can go to them for certain pieces of advice. They're a lot better than this. Yeah, like I said, man, read your Bibles and be a better man off the Bible. Okay, emulate God. This is kind of just stupid. And yeah, that's it for today. That really sucked, but it is what it is.